You don't know me, but I know you.
Yes, I do know you. You're serial killer Jigsaw, also known as John Kramer.
Shut up.
Sorry.
I'd like to play a game. You must remain here and watch and review the next movie in the 1001. And if you can survive its awful acting, stupid premise, and plotless boredom, you are free to go.
Well, that's it. I mean, what's the movie?
Will you continue to be unappreciative to unnecessary sequels, or will you finally learn the worth of good cinema? Live or die, make the choice.
What's the goddamn movie?
Good luck.
Boyhood follows a boy called Mason, played by Ella Coltrane. He grows up with his mother, played by Patricia Arquette, his father, played by Ethan Hawke, and we see the real-life actor start out as a child and age throughout the years with very little interesting things happening, but somehow Watch Mojo still called it a better film than Whiplash and Birdman, and I have completely lost faith in all of humanity.
You did that?
Yeah.
It was in May of 2002 when director Richard Linklater decided to shoot an untitled movie in his home city of Houston that summer, planning to film annually for the course of 12 years. I've long wanted to tell the story of a parent-child relationship that follows a boy from the 1st through to the 12th grade and ends with him going off to college, but the dilemma is that kids change so much that it is impossible to cover that much ground, and I'm totally ready to adapt the story to whatever he is going through. He picked up the 6-year-old Ella Coltrane, but none of the cast were actually allowed to sign contracts for the film, as the de Havilland law makes it illegal for any contract to give someone more than 7 years of work. The director actually told Ethan Hawke that he would have to finish the film for him if he died before it came out. We weren't that lucky.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously though, this was a massive risk. What if after 7 years one of the actors backed out or something? I mean, I could bitch about the film all I want, but I will give it credit for taking such a massive risk like this. The film started principal photography without a finished script. Writing would continue as they watched the previous year's footage, but apparently a scene where Hawke and Coltrane talk about the Star Wars movies was actually the only improvised moment in the entire film.
Oh, bullshit.
Eventually the movie was named Boyhood, but then in 2013 it was changed to 12 Years, but had to be changed back due to the release of 12 Years a Slave. Which is ironic because you feel like a slave watching this, tied down, forced against your will to endure the complete boredom, trying desperately to find the artistic merit hidden beneath the camel feces.
Very nice.
Despite filming beginning in May of 2002 and ending in August of 2013, spanning a whopping 4,000 days, which is around the same length of an Undertaker entrance, there was only around 45 days of actual filming taking place over the span of those 12 years. Impressively, by the time the film took to be released, Patricia Arquette was actually able to shoot all 7 seasons of Medium. Amazingly, not only does it hold a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, but Metacritic has it at 100 out of 100. This means it is on par with the likes of the goddamn Godfather. Yeah, you like the film? That's fine, but on par with the Godfather, put your genitals in a wood chipper.
I tried.
Firstly, let's address the obvious selling point, the 12 years thing. This is nothing new. Let's ignore the fact that sitcoms such as Roseanne, Full House, Home Improvement, The Wonder Years, or Boy Meets World clearly show kids aging in front of your very eyes over the course of however many years. There's also Harry Potter, which spanned 10 years, Married with Children, which spanned 11, and how about Up Series, a series of documentaries that followed 14 British children ever since 1964. But the difference is they all had a story and this doesn't. The fact that it spanned over a decade isn't impressive when nothing of note takes place during that time. I can film my son in my living room once a week for 15 years just eating cereal. Would that then qualify as Academy Award material? Well, compared to this shit, yes!
And if that doesn't happen, we're pretty much doomed.
Now, I can let films with no plot go sometimes if there's compelling characters or it works for the overall film style, but here it doesn't. The movie tries to be realistic, and therefore a common defense is that it wants to be exactly like normal life. Well, normal life is boring.
But superstardom's close to postmortem.
Shut up.
Hell yeah.
We don't want to see someone going about their normal lives. It's like playing The Sims. I don't get it. Why make yourself do boring everyday things instead of just doing those boring everyday things in real life? Why watch some kid doing boring everyday things? I don't get it. This defense makes even less sense because the film shows him having abusive alcoholic stepfathers. So the film clearly isn't opposed to stepping outside of just boring, tedious events. It does have some of note in there, but for whatever reason it neglects them and just shows him go fishing, go to a baseball game, watch his dad play the guitar, play golf, go to a Harry Potter convention to remind us how much better that franchise is.
Has he ever gotten this bad before?
No, but he's yelled a lot.
But don't worry, because just when you think the film might get a little bit boring, it picks up with a seriously intense action scene. Mason gets a haircut. Oh, the excitement! Then when he goes back to school, the writers are so fucking evolved and unique, everyone picks on him for his hair, which is weird because his hair was long like a girl, so naturally they would have picked on him for having the long hair. But clearly this director has no clue about how bullying works, and one girl called Nicole sends him a note saying that she likes it. Oh, that's so cute. She's never seen again. Or is she? The ending, which we'll get to in a sec, he meets up with a couple of friends and one of them is called Nicole, but it's never actually specified whether or not it is the same one. But it probably is because these fuckers have not an ounce of originality.
These questions are kind of hard to answer.
The thing is, the gimmick is all it has going for itself. Is it kind of cool to see him age throughout the film? Yeah, of course it is, but it's been done before, and if you really want to try this style, it's not difficult to also insert a story. The film focuses on giving Mason a shit upbringing, so logically you are then handed a premise for him to grow up as a hoodlum. But he doesn't. I mean, sure, he's pressured into drinking and smoking some weed, but nobody cares. Seriously, his own mother finds out and she doesn't give a shit.
Have you been drinking?
Have you?
Yeah, a little. Have you?
A little bit.
Have you been?
A little bit.
Oh.
And it doesn't even change his personality. He doesn't vandalize anything. He doesn't turn to proper crime. He's just the same kid who happens to drink and do weed. There's so many chances for this film to go a certain direction and it just doesn't. It avoids every possible chance to adapt a story arc or a character, every possibility to create a conflict or problem, and it specifically avoids it because apparently they thought, oh no, we can't entertain the audience, nah, I can't do any of that. This entire movie is a missed opportunity. The ending is the epitome of this. He's hanging out with the aforementioned Nicole and we get this speech about how every moment matters to meet your destiny. That's the whole point of the film. Even tiny moments in your life matter. But the problem is, how about showing the fucking interesting ones? I mean, I've gone through shit. I was bullied, really dramatic stuff. I've been cheated on. If I made a movie about my life, I'd show that stuff. I wouldn't show you me walking to a fucking post office to put a stamp on a goddamn envelope! And then the film just ends. That's it. There's no ending. It just kind of stops. They just ran out of ideas. No, actually, they ran out of ideas before filming even began.
So what's the point?
Or what?
I don't know any of this.
The running time is fucking mental. This film is 2 hours and 45 minutes and there is no reason for it to be 2 hours and 45 minutes. The thing is, there is some good things in it which I'll get onto with time, so if the film was a mere hour and a half, I'd call it okay. It'd be alright, but the fact it's an obscene 2 hours and 45 minutes, it's ridiculous. You have no plot and you want to stretch it that long? You have a whole lot of balls, good sir. You're literally watching a kid walking around, talking, doing things, and none of it is interesting. This is arguably one of the laziest, uncreative, boring movies ever created, and yet it took one of the longest times to make. Mason's sister, played by the director's real-life daughter Lorelei Linklater, is so annoying.
Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby, whoops. No, Mother, we're not moving. Nope, nope. Sorry, Mom. Nope, nope.
Samantha, I have to go back to college so I can make us a better living. With this.
The fuck is she doing with her mouth? Shut the fuck up! Are you a fucking fish?
You know, he's a little slow in the head. He did officially flunk first grade.
Sit your butt down.
Yes, sir, Mother, sir.
Yeah, your mother almost aborting you is funnier. Shut the fuck up. There's a scene where all the kids are walking around and is this seriously what the director thinks kids talk about?
Grievous is the best, man.
Yoda is, man. Just Yoda.
He has
Yoda.
4 arms.
Yoda, represent.
I hate Miss Billingsley. Everybody's been saying she's lesbian. She is, but she hit on Stacy. Man, that's gross. Think it's true? She's always walking in the locker room. I think I still have a couple of those.
Hey, Paul, tell us a joke.
Damn, fuck, go to hell, ass.
Yeah, boys argue about Yoda, girls talk about lesbians, random strangers have Tourette's, and are really bad actors.
Well, you nailed it, didn't you?
This scene actually fascinates me by how unrealistic it actually is. Just in these few seconds, there's no actual reality present whatsoever for a film that tries so desperately to show real life.
The Astros could just get a few runs, maybe we'd win again.
Dad, do you have a job?
Why would you ask me that?
Wait, so does he have no job? I mean, they hint that he has no job, but then how did he take them bowling, get them food, or take them to a baseball game? And the thing is, they don't actually acknowledge this for the rest of the movie. It looks like they're going to revisit it, but no, it's never touched upon again.
Randy, Mason, Dad wants you guys downstairs.
Why?
Your acting lessons, I decided to skip mine.
You think they ever will make another Star Wars?
I don't know. I mean, I think if they were to make another one, that the period where this game is set is where it would have to be, because there's nothing after, really.
Yeah. No, Return of the
At
Jedi,
the
it's
end.
over. There's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do there.
How wrong they were.
Many people say they should never make another Saw film.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Oh man, have a beer, man. That was awesome.
Oh my god. Okay, already.
Man, if you're too chicken shit to even have a beer, I know for a fact that you have never gotten any pussy.
You guys have.
Son, blind me so I cannot see the acting anymore. Please, my god.
Chase went down Easy Street and fucked this whore Nancy. At least that's what he said.
I did. Would I lie?
Bullshit. Quick, where were you?
Jesus Christ, best movie of the year, and it's got this? Oh my god.
Jennifer. She doesn't live here, though. It's back in Houston.
You're fucking lying.
Just kill me, dude. Just kill. I'd rather you kill me.
Let me guess, you're pulling all kinds of ass back home, but once you got down here, lefty.
Hey, fuck you. I would, but none of the girls here want to.
Dude, it's not what they want, man. It's what you want.
True dat.
Great, convincing minors to rape. This is not how teenagers talk. I don't even think this is how Jeffrey Dahmer fucking talked. Jigsaw, do you talk this way?
Dude, I kill people, but I'm not for rape. That's fucked up.
Nah, but we don't have whores coming over. We were just fucking with you to see what you'd say.
Fucking hell, and the scene's still going. It never fucking ends. So Mason gets a Bible for his birthday. Oh, one of those relatives. We all have one. eBay, kid, eBay. And a suit. It's his 15th birthday, you fucking morons. But sure, I want to give the shit like a rifle as well. Ethan Hawke is actually great in this. I'll get on to Patricia Arquette in a second, but he doesn't play the generic douchebag father that we always see in films. He's quite a cool dad who's very human and makes mistakes, like when he snaps at his son.
Wish we could use the bumpers.
Bumpers are for kids. You know, what are you, 2 years old? You don't want the bumpers. Life doesn't give you bumpers.
But then he makes amends for it. There's a whole sequence with terrific dialogue, by the way, where he refuses to allow his kids to bypass conversations with short, brief answers. He just wants to get to know them. It's very genuine and likable.
I will not be that guy. You cannot put me in that category, all right? The biological father I spend every other week with and I make polite conversation, you know, while he drives me places and buys me shit. No. Talk to me.
Towards the end, he sells a car that he promised Mason, but genuinely seems to have just made a mistake, and then he makes up for it for his birthday anyway. His bonding with them actually hits close to home for me, since I'm not close with either of my parents, but particularly my dad, so it kind of got me jealous and emotional watching it. Yeah, I'll have a heart. Shut the fuck up.
3 best movies this summer.
Right.
Tropic Thunder, Dark Knight, and Pineapple Express.
Yeah, what about
She
him?
said they all sucked.
Yeah, dumper. Mason himself, a lot of people have praised his acting, and he's not terrible by any means, but he just always seems like he doesn't want to be there. I mean, obviously he did, nobody forced him to make this, there was no contract, but I can't help but feel he was influenced at the age of 6 and was just never that into it. Later on he meets a girl and finally talks more and opens up to her, but that's it. He just always seems miserable, which I would be too if I was in this shit fest, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she said I can stay at her dorm, which is cool. And I guess her roommate's out of town, so it's no big deal.
I'm totally cool being filmed for 12 years.
That's the thing, though. I'm not doing it for attention. I just want to try and not live my life through a screen. I want...
Huh! Get it? Hardy! Fucking her! A lot of people slammed him for growing up to be an arsehole, but I never really got that impression. Not once did he come across as unlikable to me personally. In fact, at some points, he was actually really relatable.
Mister, I don't care what anyone else thinks of me.
Fuck anyone else. I care what I think of me, which isn't much right now.
I want to talk about Patricia Arquette. Now, she's actually one of my favourite actresses, and I think she's a great talent. She's probably the best performance in the whole film other than Hawke, but her character is fucking disgraceful. So many people have said, oh, she's such an inspiring character. She sets the standards for single mums everywhere. Get the fuck out of here!
Oh, come on, man. Turn this shit off.
At first, she actually is very relatable to me. In her first scene, she tries to go out on a date, but she has no childcare, and the guy gets angry about it. But the dialogue here is also really well written and relatable.
I would love to have some time to myself. I would love to just go to a fucking movie. You don't think I'd like that? Go have some dinner, go to a bar. I don't even know what that's like. I was someone's daughter, then I was somebody's fucking mother. Okay? I don't know what that's like.
As explained, Mason gets an abusive stepdad who forces him to shave his head against his will. And when he tells his mum about this is her reaction.
Well, no wonder you were angry. I'd be angry too.
Are you kidding me? Your fucking husband forced your child to shave his head against his will, and your reaction is, what's he like? That's just Jeffrey being him. The stuff where she gets beaten by the arsehole is actually quite well done. I mean, it's dark, it's difficult to watch, well acted, so this is a decent sequence.
What happened?
No. Go in the house. Go in the house. Go in the
Your mother had a little accident. Now she's being dramatic.
However, at the dinner table, he literally rubs it in her face that he's having a drink, and he's like a goddamn child.
I'm having a drink with my dinner.
Yeah, I'm having a drink, nah, 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 nah.
I just don't get why you're being so fucking childish.
But then we get this.
I hate squash!
Odd line. But the biggest kick in the balls is, bear in mind, everybody praises this character, and this is a woman who abandons her children. She is married to an abusive alcoholic who beats the shit out of her and throws glasses at her children, and she fucking runs away, takes out all the money and leaves them in his motherfucking care. She comes back for them, but the point is, why would you ever leave them with him in the first place? How is this a role model? This bitch makes Casey Anthony look like fucking Mother Teresa.
I'm sorry.
She moves and transfers their schools, and Sam gets annoyed when her mother drops her off at a new place. Oh yeah, she's fine with the mother abandoning her with an abusive drunk who's gonna beat the crap out of her. Yeah, but drop her off a new school? No, that is out of order.
Nobody's perfect.
And despite all of this, Ethan Hawke becomes even more likeable by stating that he wasn't the best parent and he wishes that he could have done better. Him? And in fact, why does Patricia Arquette not just get back with him? She's dating all these abusive douchebags, and then there's this nice guy hanging around who still loves her, and she says at one point she still loves him, and no, I can't be with him, no, he might buy me flowers or something, no, can't be putting up with that. When Mason graduates, there is a nice reconciliation moment between the two parents where he thanks her for doing such a great job with him. Her for doing such a great job with it? The fuck is wrong with you writers?
You know, Jim, you're not my dad.
No, I'm not your dad. You know how I know that? Because I'm actually here.
But he is there. He does a lot more for him than any of you other cunts do.
Is that odd? Is that unusual?
Throughout the film, Mason gets treated like dirt for no reason. Literally, he moves schools and then gets constant bullying for no reason whatsoever and no build-up.
Don't bump into me, little bitch.
I didn't.
Call me a liar?
I don't think Pretty Boy's hair is good enough. Hey, don't touch me, faggot.
You're a fucking asshole.
Whereas Sam is praised constantly. He does poorly and gets criticised. She does great and gets endless praise. She gets contacted by her mum after she abandons them, but Mason doesn't. She didn't do a great job with him at all. This scene does actually get quite emotional where she rants about her kids moving on without her and talks about how her funeral is next. And then it just ends. I mean, Mason sees her breaking down like this, and then he just leaves. Alright, I'll take it back, he is an asshole! There are some long takes which are quite nice, and as I said, if this was a lot shorter, it'd probably pass for mediocre. But the huge hype of being so original, which it isn't, or so motivational and inspiring, which it isn't, he doesn't even succeed at anything, so where the fuck is the inspiration? I personally do not get it one bit. It's a terrible, terrible movie with awful acting, shitty dialogue, no story, no interesting aspects, and a film I want to erase from my goddamn memory.
Thanks for saying that. I never thought I'd hear you say that.